Hey everyone, it's Lisa and today is Monday and I am doing a tutorial for you today. I'm going to do it's a talk through, so it's probably going to be longer, but it's just kind of like a chit chat video, and it's this makeup that I wore this weekend and I really liked it. Just something simple to a lot of people, difficult or a lot to other people, but it's just a look that I like and I enjoyed wearing it both days this week, and so I hope you enjoy it. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is my foundation. I'm looking to make sure you can see me good. I wish there was a way to just have the mirror and the camera both in the same direction and the light, but there's not. I haven't found it yet anyway. One thing I wanted to show you is I mentioned in my Obagi video how much, I don't know if you guys can remember how dark that spot used to be, but it's almost gone. And that is pretty close to my eye. So, you know, what I do is I don't like rub the hydroquinone all the way up there. What I do is just when I'm through doing my hydroquinone, I just make sure I get some right there. And several times in the mornings, I have literally just, it'll be flaky and you can take like tweezers and then just pull the whole top layer of that spot off. It's so neat, and so it's gotten much, much lighter. And I probably could really cover it up if I used like my Giorgio Armani corrector or the Urban Decay corrector or something like that. But I think in the summer especially, and you know I love makeup and I will pile it on, but I think less is more for me. And so I try to put on as few products as possible. That's why I really love this Shiseido BB Sport that Denise told me about. Sports BB, 50 plus. Now, medium is just about my color. It's a little bit too light, but it's perfect to put a mineral powder over. So this one product takes the place of my sunscreen and my primer and basically my foundation. Because I'm not putting one on and then putting a powder over it like I usually did. So this is, several of you have gotten this and told me you really love it. So, and I used to put it on the back of my hand and then dot it, but then it just gets on your hand. There's just no reason to do that really. So I just take it and put like a good little swirl like that. And I used to like go over it again just to get my, you know, here I'm going to have to do out just a little bit so you can see my whole head. And I used to like go over it again to, let's see, to make sure that I covered everything. And but I realized that you just don't need that much coverage right to begin with. And I will have to say I squeezed out this beauty blender, but it feels a little bit more damp. Maybe it's just because it's cold, because I didn't use it right away. It's harder now to get in my hairline because I have all those little pieces. And this weekend, I took some really good, or I put together some really good before and after pictures of my hair. And so you will see how much it's changed. Okay, and then I have that discoloration. I battle down my neck and I just kind of, and then someone asked me, did I have to wait for it to dry? And I really don't. It just really, you know, it's like, it's a little tacky right now, but not enough to keep me from layering over it. And I try to put my mineral powder on light, so you'll see. Okay, before I go any further, one of my subscribers, she has a really good Instagram and blog, and her name's Elsie, and I met her when I went to California. She sent me a goodie package, and I used this for the first time this morning, and I cannot believe I haven't tried this. It is the Too Faced Sugar Scrub, but it comes in this little thing that you do it open or twist it up. The like conditioner comes out, and then you have this little silicone scrubby thing to like scrub it to like scrub it on your lips. And then I washed my face and kind of wiped it off, and I put some more on because it feels so good. I love it. I think it's a really, really neat product. I like the sugar scrubs and everything, but I am not good for doing it. But I think anything that's easy for me to pick up and use like this, I will do it. And it just felt so good. So thank you, Elsie. I love that. And I wanted to tell you guys that's what I used first. Okay, I don't know if I've said this, but the look I'm doing today is going to be the look that I wore Saturday and Sunday this weekend, and I loved it. It was just a fresh summer me makeup with wings, with lashes, because that's what I like. And I do appreciate you guys telling me that you liked me without all that. I like to mix it up some, but you have to do what you feel best in at the time. And I mean, we all transition. So, okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to start, oh, there's UPS. I'm going to start with my Laura Mercier Rich Vanilla in the Loose Minerals and get some in my lid, about that much. And I'm going to take my Sephora 55 and kind of work it in there like that. And then just lightly, I don't want you to like bear down and buff, just kind of lightly start right here and then swing underneath your eyes, on your nose, and maybe up on your forehead, and then down. But I'm using like the end of my bristles and, you know, holding my brush back a little bit further. It's not like you would do with that Sephora buffing brush or something, or a kabuki. Okay, then I'm gonna get some more in my brush and kind of work it in, and then start right here and then kind of buff it all around over my eyelids, in between my eyebrows. I was looking at Brooke she likes to look at the old pictures that I have of myself, like when I was her age, and she had one out on my desk, and it was me when I was either 16 or 17, because I'm standing beside my car when I was 16. I think it is the summer right before I turned, after my 11th grade year, right before my senior year, I think. But in that picture, and like in my senior picture and stuff, which is probably around that same time, but you can see how naturally frizzy my hair has always been. And so I don't know, it's like, do I want to just battle it, or do I want to go with it? It's like I hot rolled it last night, and look at it. I mean, luckily it's in pretty good shape, and I have new hair all over that's helping me have body. But anyway, okay, so this is going to be a rambly video because I'm talking. That was the Rich Vanilla. Now I'm going to go in, not the pressed Classic Beige, the loose Classic Beige. Okay, same brush. I've been using the same brush for almost everything lately, and then I just clean it off real good. Okay, so go in the Classic Beige, which is darker, and then kind of go, you know, around the perimeters of your face, down my neck, just to kind of frame your face. And then down my nose, and then I'll go okay. So there you have some good color, and just look how glowy that is. I've had people ask me why I'm not doing the Fix Plus. I will say, if you have drier skin, you should do the Fix Plus, or any setting spray. Fix Plus is still my favorite. Fix Plus, and then hit it with like a hair dryer or something, and that really takes all of these powders and puts them together, and it takes that powdery look away. And maybe I'll do it for this video, but I have such humid atmosphere and naturally normal combo skin that mine just naturally kind of, you know, takes the powdery look away. But I'll do it today just for you to see. Okay, this is a bronzer that I have really enjoyed. My friend Nadine sent it to me, and it is a good bronzer. It's just Definitely not too orange, but just, it's almost foolproof. So I'm going to take, just for this video's sake, and show you what I really do, I'm going to take the same brush and swirl it in that bronzer and kind of go more on the whole cheek, not really contour. And then still just kind of bronze, just where you would. Everybody has a different shaped face. Everybody's going to bronze a little different. Like that. And I'm going to do a little bit more right on the cheek. Like that. Okay. And then I always go back to this highlight. It is the Laura Mercier Highlight 01. And just put a little bit on the tops of my cheeks. I feel like it just looks so pretty, like right there. And sometimes I even, see it, because it says matte, it's not really matte, but it does give you just a little bit of brightness wherever you put it. Okay, and then one of my favorite blushes, and I alternate my blushes. Sometimes I want more of a, you know, sparkly blush, but this one is one that when I use it, I just always like my makeup. I get compliments, and it's just pretty. It's not the easiest to find. It's Gucci Spring Rose. You can get it on the Gucci website, or I don't think Nordstrom or Sephora carries it, but maybe Saks or something. I'll put some links below. But it's just pretty. And I'm gonna put, it is pigmented, so I'm gonna put that right on my cheekbone and kind of up like that. Just kind of pat it in. And then it just gives that good, all of those together just give a good cheekbone. And I am going to go Fix Plus my face. I will count the amount of pumps that I do because it's a lot. And then I usually stand in front of my little space heater that we use when we get out of the shower, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I just did it, so you can see it definitely makes it much more glowy. I did 19 pumps. So just 19, not consecutive, but not really big ones, but just all around my face. And see, that takes all of those powders and everything and just blends it into glowy, pretty skin. And then this. I've had people ask me, do I like this just as much as the Makeup Forever or any of those that powders like this? I mean, I guess is it silica, or it's one of those white ones that's just lighter than air. This one is just, I think, the best one I've ever used. So I just get some in my lid, and I've been using this little Charlotte Tilbury brush. Yes, the powder and sculpt brush from Scarlett Tilbury. Scarlett. Charlotte, goodness gracious. Okay, and getting some in my brush, and then I just kind of pat it right there and right here, and I haven't put anything under my eyes yet, so I'm gonna wait right there. I kind of jumped the gun on this, but I wanted to get rid of all that shine while I was sitting here. Okay, so I'm gonna keep that out. The next thing we'll do, let's do my eyebrows. And I went and had my wax appointment the other day, and I am gonna make a video on that because it might be a little bit TMI, but like I said, I was looking for one and there wasn't any out there, and so I'm gonna tell you exactly what it entails and how I feel about it. And but she does eyebrows too, of course, and I can't have mine waxed, but I don't really even need to anyway, because when you're using Retin-A, you cannot get your eyebrows waxed because it makes your skin very sensitive and it could just rip right off. But she tweezed a few and she trimmed them. I'm so bad about keeping them trimmed. So now they're kind of neatly done. And so what I've been doing is just the Charlotte Tilbury Bridget Legendary Brows that Denise sent me. And I'm gonna use my magnifying. And so, keeping with that, using the least amount of product, what I'm gonna do is use this and only fill in where I think I should with the pencil. And matter of fact, Saturday we went to lunch. Where did we go to lunch? We went to Buffalo Wild Wings, And then Brooke and I went to go see that movie that was a big letdown. It was the one with Scarlett Johansson. It looked like kind of like a girl's version of The Hangover and Weekend at Bernie's or whatever. I can't remember. But it was not that funny. We had gone to see, the last movie we went to go see was Baywatch, and it was funny. Now, if you can't handle a little bit of risque humor, don't go see either one of them. But we're pretty, I mean, I just let things go. But The Rock and Zac Efron played so well off each other. That's what made it funny. And it was, you have to know what you're expecting with that. I mean, don't expect like this. I mean, you just have to expect a silly movie. It was kind of like the A-Team or something like that. Or it was like a Scooby-Doo A-Team combo. But the one that we just saw with Scarlett Johansson and the girl off of Saturday Night Live and all those girls, it just wasn't funny. It was, I don't know, it was a letdown. Okay, so then one of my favorite brow pencils still, and you can only get this on the Smashbox website, is this blonde gloss stick. And so I just do a little bit like right here and right here and maybe on the top just to kind of round them out like that. There. I'm actually gonna, my little spoolie's coming off. I'm actually gonna really, I don't like it when that right there is too strong because of the way mine kind of goes down onto my eyelids. Tell you, this magnifying mirror sometimes will get you in trouble. Okay, this has been one of my favorite combos. I feel like every woman watching me, if you do not have MAC Soft Brown, you need to get it. It is one of the most versatile eyeshadows ever. It has kind of like a pinky mauve undertone. It mimics a natural shadow in your crease. It is perfect to blend out other shadows, like if you're doing a more detailed look. It is just a go-to. And it's just not too warm, not too cool. It's just a perfect shadow. So I'm using a Louise Young crease brush and getting some on my brush. And I'm gonna do a real, just, kind of sloppy, because it's not gonna be an eyeshadow look. It's just to give me, that good dimension. And just do this according to your eye shape. I like to go way outside of my, eye socket here because my bone comes way out here, and I like to come in here, but just do, and I did not use any eyeshadow base. If you want it to be more precise and more pigmented, that would be the thing to do. I just, for an everyday look, just like it like this. And nothing below. Okay, and I'm gonna keep that out in case I want to use more. I want to put Bubba out because he's wanting to get frisky with Sassy. Hold on. Okay, and then if you want just a little bit more, this is optional, but I really do like this. And it is, I've showed you guys this before, Urban Decay Midnight Cowboy eyeshadow. It is going to scare you when you look at it, and it will scare you if you swatch it because it's sparkly. But there is just something about it if you take a little bit, the same brush, and just put it right on your bottom moving lid. Like that. And then I'm gonna put, and then I put it, my eyes kind of go in deep right there. So I'll put it right there and right there. And you can put it like up here, but then that's going to a different look to me. Okay, so now why don't we put, Saturday I wore this lip gloss, which is the, that one I think I wore it the other day, but it's the Enormous Sephora #1. But it is plumping. So this is the lip that I wore on Saturday, and then later on I'll put the lip that I wore Saturday night when we went to the movies. Okay, so now I'm going to do eyeliner. And I have really, really, really enjoyed reuniting with my Lancome art liner. And you have to shake it good just to make sure the end of it is saturated. But what I like about this is just how, goodness, I don't really like the magnifying side, but I want to be closer. I hope that doesn't bother you. Okay, I love how, oh goodness, touch that right in the beginning. Isn't that the way it goes? Okay, so just when you take it off, put some more of that over it. Okay. Okay, so go as close down as you can go and then just lay it right there. See how you can just tap it and get that line? And so for a lot of you, you may just like that. But being the person that I am, I like to take this, flick it up, and then don't go all the way to the end. Just go to like right in here so you can keep that nice pretty point. And I'm just bringing it back over to the center of my, to like right above my pupil. And then I'm trying to just blend it in gradually right there. And then filling in that. Okay, and you can see kind of like a little shaky. Really don't worry about that, but I'm going to just so I can mess it up. But what I like to do is to make it smooth if I can. And you can see this is running out of juice. But honestly, I think I'm going to leave it like that because I don't want to mess it up. And I am going to put on my favorite lashes. You can hear Will still coughing. Brooke spent the night with her friends. She'll be calling me soon. And make sure she hadn't texted me. Ah, she has. Okay, so right over here, I'm going to start the same way. I'm going to just lay it. Okay, I've already done too much there. Okay. Okay. I think we saved it, but I think I pushed my contact off my eye. Okay. Okay. And then I'm going to do that flick out. See, even if you just end up with a little thing like that, it still helps you. Come back and match it up like right over your, yeah, like that. Okay, and you might have to, when you get to this point, it's a little annoying, but it's worth it to get more on it to fill this in. Okay, and I can see this is when you have to try to match them and try not to let it make them too thick. I think that's it. Yes, I think that's going to be it. Okay, so now I'm going to do my mascara. And like I said, that mascara I got the other day, I don't know if you saw my annotation, it was waterproof. So that's probably why I didn't like it. Why do I always do that? You don't know how many times I go get a mascara and accidentally get waterproof. And I do not like waterproof mascara. So, and yesterday when we went out, I did not wear lashes. I just wore this look without lashes. But you'll see the lashes I'm going to put on, the Red Cherry 43s. They're not over the top. To me. They might be to you. You got to be yourself. You know, if you're a person who's more natural, a natural beauty, like my friend Kelly Oliver, I don't even like it when, you know, I mean, not that she doesn't look pretty with a lot of makeup, but there's been a few times that she's had makeovers and people put a lot more makeup on her. And it just, to me, she looks so pretty, like with her own style. I think we just have to go with who we are. Like my mom doesn't wear a lot of makeup and I don't think she would look good with a lot of makeup. Okay, so this is good mascara. I love it. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I've got some red cherry lashes that I wore the other day, and these are just, I love these. They wing out just perfectly, like graduate out, and I cut a little bit off, and then they have a really thin little band. They're just good lashes. So what I usually do is put a little bit of glue on my countertop or napkin. The Duo Dark is my favorite. Then a lot of times I'll take a Q-tip that I've already used in one of my many mistakes, and I will dip it in that glue and then put as thin of a line as you can on here. But do make sure you get it all the way to the corners. Okay, and then while that's drying, I'm going to use my Maybelline Dream Lumi in Radiant. If you would rather have like a different color, or, you know, this is just good stuff. I like the Radiant because it has that little bit of pink in it. And I'm not going to do like a total V thing. I'm just going to give myself some brightness right here. And a little bit right there. And you can use your beauty blender to pat it out. A lot of times I just do my finger. And then come down. And then whatever's left right here. So you can see that is just good stuff, I'm telling you. Okay, now these are my lash tweezers. Don't try to use, I ruined them, so I'm just keeping them ruined for my lashes. But I like them because they're long. So we'll try to put these lashes on for you. And they are very curved, but my eye is very curved, so it works. Okay, so put them down. And then grab the outside, and you will feel it hit your lash line. Let me go ahead and do the magnifying side. Okay, and I see now I need to place that. There we go, like that. Okay. And then make sure it's going right there, and then take this outside, and because they've been drying a few seconds and they're sticky. And then if you're brave, come down and just squish them into your other lashes. But be careful not to stab yourself in the eye. And then push them into your lash line. But see how pretty those are? I mean, I know that they're long, but I just like how they're graduated, they're fluttery, and they're thin at the base. I just think they're pretty, and I think they work well with my eye shape. When I do ones that are too long right there, I don't think it works well with the way my eyes are shaped. Okay, so now let's do a different lip that I did Saturday night. So we'll take this off because it's actually been plumping. That is a good gloss. Okay, and we're going to put on one of my favorite combos, and it always begins with Lancome Ideal. And I really need to sharpen this, but I will say when they're not very sharpened like this, they're more dull, you won't get as strong of a lip line, which is pretty good for this combination. So I'm going to do just my natural lip line right on that little ridge. Kind of work it in, so it's just creating like a, this color just creates such a good shadow. And then one of my favorite lipsticks, and again, I need to dedicate this video to Denise. She sent me this, and it is not a mainstream lipstick. It's made by a lady that did a whole collection of nude lips, and this one is called Mesmerized, and I keep saying I'm going to get the whole collection, and I need to do that. But then I keep spending money on other stuff too. But this is Mesmerized, and this is one of my favorite nude lips. It is so creamy and glossy, and let me swatch it for you so you can see. It is like a pink, peachy pink nude. But of course when you put it on your lips, it ends up being more nude. And then it wears, it will look better in, you know, just a little bit. So I'm going to do a quick outfit of the day and then let you go. Okay, so today I have on another one of these tank tops. They're old, from James Purse, but any, you know, black tank top. Gap has good ones. Again, these are my Corey boyfriend jeans from Citizens of Humanity, and I'm wearing my new shoes today, and they are very, very comfortable. Just the short time I have worn them around the house, they have like broken in, and they are like just wonderful. I think I'm gonna really like them. And so that is the outfit of the day, and Chanel is laying right here. I don't think you can see her, but she is the sweetest girl. She always lays where mommy is. She always lays where mommy is. Yes. Okay, and I just remembered I wanted to use a little bit more of this Tarte powder to kind of powder right here after I put that. That Maybelline dries down so nice. It's not tacky, so it doesn't catch the powder. So there you go. This is probably one of my favorite looks. I love when you don't have a lot of eyeshadow. I am going to do a colored eyeshadow look soon. I'm going to do my very first smoky eye I was ever taught at the MAC counter. I did that video a long time ago and ended up taking it down because it was so hilarious. But anyway, I'm going to do that soon. And I'm also going to start going through my sunglass drawers and showing you those. So what else? Oh, okay, accessories. I have on just my little Lilu studs. I have on my little necklace from Oliver that I haven't taken off. I'm going to wear my new ring that I love. It's like the, I'll show it to you. It's called, City of Angels ring. It's gorgeous. It's turquoise and just like gunmetal. And no fragrance, and I didn't do my body bronze, and I don't know if I'm going to. I don't know, I'm just going to go get Brooke and go to lunch and try to get some stuff done today. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I will see you real soon. Bye-bye.